Hey, y'all. It is so good to see you. Mm-hmm. Hey, before I go any further, let me welcome you to the Kelly Renee Life Coach channel. I'm Kelly Renee, your life coach. And thank you so much for the privilege of your time. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps when you do that. Okay, before we go any further, let's take a breath. Breathe with me. Deep breath in. Hold it. Let it out. Deep breath in. Hold it. Let it out. Just want to tell y'all, I see you. You are loved and valued and oh so precious. You know, sometimes we let life get in the way and forget to stay centered and remain true to ourselves. It's easy to do, and it's 100% okay when it happens. After all, we're human. So I hope you'll take a minute and recenter when you begin to feel that tension in your body begin to rise. I've had to remind myself of that many times these past 2 weeks. Life has been super intense. And 2 weeks ago, we had no thought of moving and leaving the Nashville area. And then an opportunity to sell our home was presented out of the blue, and then all the possibilities began and things started moving pretty quickly. A week ago Sunday, on Global Mental Health Awareness Day, I hosted a discussion on the book Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less by Greg McKeown. It was in a group called Ecology, and we had folks from all over the world there. It was amazing, fun times for sure. And a great way to cap off Mental Health Awareness Day. I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's so easy to get lost in all the shiny objects. And before I know it, I'm not being as effective as I want to be and not getting nearly as much done as I think I should. Well, this past week with getting the house ready to list was a perfect example. So much to do and not nearly enough time to get it all done. I finally sat down and made a list and prioritized what was absolutely had to get done. And once I approached that list with realistic expectations for how long each task would take, things went much easier, much smoother. I also maintained restraint and stayed on task for the most part. You know, there were some long days and a few delays, but overall it turned out really, really well. Anyway, essentialism is defined by Greg McKeown as a systematic discipline for discerning what is absolutely essential, then eliminating everything that's not, so we can make the highest possible contribution toward the things that really, really matter. It was a confirmation for me again that life is 50-50. Even when things are going well, life only feels good about 50% of the time. And doing the right thing, the most important things, doesn't always feel good, period. Checking things off my list felt really good. And I was really excited to be able to do that. It gives me that sense of completion and I'm making progress. But if you haven't read Greg's book yet, I highly recommend it. I'd love to do a live discussion with y'all and chat about some of the gems you find there yourself. Now, in Greg's book, he talks about the 4 basic phases of our journey toward essentialism. And he starts with phase 1 is clarity of purpose, being really clear about why and what it is that we're doing. For many of us who have had some experience in life, you see some successes along the way, and we start to build on those successes. Phase 2 kind of dives into the increased options and opportunities born of the success we experience in phase one. As we become more successful and things start to happen for us, people recognize that. And all of a sudden, phase three, we see increased options and opportunities, which is actually code for more demands on our time and energy, many times leading to diffused efforts, and we get spread thinner and thinner and thinner. And of course, what happens in phase four is we become distracted from our highest level of contribution, the effect of which is to undermine the clarity that led to our success in the first place. Another thing that came to mind as we dashed around last week, trying to get everything done, is how important balance is. I was so focused on the process of getting the house ready, I didn't take time out for y'all. Several times throughout the week, I thought about getting a new video out, and honestly, it just didn't happen. Well, clearly that was a choice. The most important thing last week was getting the house ready. Did I miss engaging and interacting with y'all? I absolutely did. The short story is we got the house done, the listing went active Friday morning, and before the day was out, we had a cash offer over list price. That was exciting and still a little bit mind-blowing. I'm having a difficult time wrapping my head around that. But honestly, I attribute that success to our commitment to get it all done and an amazing realtor who's been guiding and suggesting and directing us through the process. So now we have a closing date for November 15th. Now it's time to find a new home in Ohio. And we've got our eye on one place, so we'll see how that plays out. As a life coach, my hope for you is to help you see the possibilities and the dreams that you have simmering below the surface. Capture those dreams and turn them into goals and then execute on those goals. You have it in you to do so much more. And if I can help you explore those dreams and bring them to life, I will have done my work. My job, if you will, is to serve you well. And I want to see you experience transformation and reach higher than you ever thought possible. Are you coachable? Are you humble? Are you hungry for more? Are you vulnerable enough to admit you don't have all the answers? If you can say yes to these questions, then you're almost there. See, 90% of the battles we fight are the battles within ourselves. Our brains are meant to protect us. But sometimes they keep us stuck and in fear. And until we take the next step, we stay stuck. It's like that when we came out. It's like that every time we come out and share that portion of ourselves with others. What is it you want? What have you been procrastinating about? What will it take you to take the next step? Yeah, it's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you some time. It's going to cost you commitment to yourself, not to me. You might feel uncomfortable because change is just as uncomfortable. It's hard sometimes. It's going to cost you some money. But will the transformation you seek be worth the investment? See, only you can answer that question. If you're ready, our new group coaching program begins in a couple of short weeks. You'll get to connect with other like-minded folks, each looking for their own transformation. This is for you if you aspire to connect with others on this journey. This is for you if you want to become aware of your blind spots and learn how to overcome them. And this is for you if you don't yet even know what you want, but are willing to be curious. Hey, I want to thank everyone who has participated in the market research I've been doing. It has been incredibly helpful. There's some spots left for those who still want to participate. And I'll be wrapping these surveys up by the end of the month, so you've got a couple of weeks left if you want to jump in. I'll put a link in the show notes for the survey. And I hope, if you haven't already, you'll consider it. I also hope you'll all have an amazing week. I'll try to keep you updated as things progress. And remember, life's too short. Be kind, do good,